plans for himself, and you come in and you start taking his name because a ghoul told you to kill him. I like that you are the most good-aligned party in the world. Although I don't think you ever said you were, so...
Yeah, we did just sort of meet somebody, have a nice visit with them, walk into another room, and then someone was like, I need you to kill that guy. And we're like, okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter how you feel about anything.
Regicide is always the answer.
That's fair.
If you think you can roll your initiative in record time, go nuts. If you think you can't, don't. And let me do it for you. Why was Inger drained again? Oh yeah, they got... What was it? Sucked something? Oh.
Hello.
By that undead worm, yes.
I think that goes away if they're at full health, so... They just gotta get 2 hit points from someone. Alright! Growlgrust is not going to be outdone! He rises from his dingy throne, throws up his hands. Which one of you looks like... You know what, Argus? You're a monk. No, wait. I think I got it.
Who here looks delicious?
Fried lizard is fantastic.
He's going to cast Mirror Image!
Obviously a snack.
Upon himself. I said pop-up message. Okay, cool, I can't get pop-up message. He spends 2 actions to cast upon himself this fine spell, and then he throws up a shield. You can't kill me! Potato to pato. This is staccato.
Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to roll my devise stratagem.
I think you need to see whoever you're devising on first, though. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the feature that much either.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy's attacking, so we can't actually see it. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, no, we cannot see them just yet.
Okay.
You still...
Yeah, okay, so he's coming at us around. Alright, well, I'm going to roll perception to try to figure out where this guy's coming from.
Well, go ahead and see if you can slink your way out.
All right. Can I make this guy the subject of my lead that I'm investigating?
Certainly. What are you rolling against with this anyway? You're rolling a lot of stuff, but I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this. We're being attacked by someone we can't see. Is that what's going on? I'm sorry.
Right now, you can definitely see him once you've moved down the hall a little bit. I assume that you're like right on top of things, so sure, you can see him.
Okay,
yeah, it's more the cable was blocking our vision.
It turns out there's a wall in the way.
Okay.
Darn you, physicality. But yes, since you're tiny, I assume you could just be sitting on Argus's shoulder for most of this, so you would probably see him at that point.
All right, so I'm gonna roll.
Oh.
I'd like to remind you, he's very handsome.
Was it rolling? I privately rolled dice. Okay, and it doesn't show me what I rolled. That's weird.
That's just goofy.
Yeah, that don't understand.
Please stop using your bolts. I think it does that automatically.
I have no idea why it's doing that. I'm sorry.
It's just being very
there we go. All right, so this is a divide. All right, so this basically I look forward and I see if I shoot this guy, try to hit this guy, I'm only gonna hit a 13. So I'm not going to try to do that. Instead, I'm going to move forward and try a trip attempt against him.
All right, who are you tripping?
The guy.
There is another guy in the room, by the way, like a little, like a more normal looking dude who might be a bit easier. Is it just
sure,
strikes?
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, it's just strikes. Well, unless I do other stuff.
Well,
all right.
By the way, if you click and drag your character, it now shows an automatic ruler. I don't know if I like that. I'll leave it up to you if that's fun or not. All right. Yeah. Bump.
I like it a lot.
Mr. Stikita Staccato goes for a trip
All right,
attempt.
so 20 to trip.
If you're tripping, well, actually, Morlocks turn out to be very nimble boys. So when you do flip them over. But the second you do, they immediately land back on their hind legs, and they're like, "Nyeh."
Evil.
They're triptacular, as people say. Chiharu.
So I'm going to move forwards. Okay. I'm probably in a bad place now.
Who knows?
I'm just gonna try and smack the thing in front of me. Just punch it.
Hey, just because he wants to eat your face for being so rude to his lord doesn't mean...
Just
That-
like Wait, so
Time to
scary.
bonk.
That's Mr. Staccato.
Show me the goods. Oh, you're like... What the hell?
I don't think that's the one.
Why is your armor class 1? My goodness. Let me just fix that, because her armor class is definitely not 1. It's 18.
Damn.
Yes, so
Don't break your arm.
that wouldn't even hit like a Morlock, so whoop.
Alright, okay, I'm just gonna use my last thing to raise my shield.
From down south, you hear a large creature stir to life. Its gaping maw has many flaps, creating this sound.
Gross.
And soon you become aware of what it is, because it pushes and squeezes and squishes and its way through this opening.
I'm in a very bad place.
It's a very pretty boy. He's a very pretty boy. Once it reaches this spot, all the rocks around it cause it to squeeze out a digestive spew on top of Argus. It does acid damage and splash damage, written together for extra confusion.
So 6 damage to me and then 5 to everybody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you also take 5. You take the full smack.
Oh, fair enough.
Ow.
Is that the one?
How'd you know? Anyway, it's a little too big for this passage. It's just kind of smooshed in there right now. Like it's become part of the wall, if anything. Inger, who would you like to
Yeah.
beat up in this room?
Decisions, all of them wrong. I would definitely like to mayhap focus. If freaking Founder would let me, god dang it. Oh my freaking lord.
You have to. You can't move through walls, so you have to move around the wall first.
Yes, I would definitely like to try that.
Yay!
Whee! I am not quite able to target. There we go. Thank you. Jesus. Freaking finally. Well, since I'm already here in the behind places, I might as well do this with my longbow. It's not that big of a deal, but why not?
Oh, you're hitting the Garklet.
Why? Yes.
Marvelous. Well, it's not in any way resistant to this. You hit it in one of those. Ooh. Okay, just need to make sure.
Like, I sure do.
Oh,
Wow. Impressively bad.
that is impressively emporious. But that is why eventually you buy a composite, and you can add half your strength, which is 2, and it wouldn't be quite as sad as 1. It would be 3.
Wow.
You have 1 action left, by the way. Since I presume you had
Oh,
your
yeah.
weapon out before you got into this, knowing what we were getting into.
Oh, absolutely. Is this friend also? Oh my god. Is this friend also
Yes.
on the bad team?
No,
Bless.
they're the reason you're here,
No.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I keep mixing up the tokens, but that's fine. Well, then let's do another little longbow. thingamabob, just aiming to distract. You know, maybe keep it a little bit away.
You know, you
Well,
think that
that is my
because she has a unique character model, you would figure that she's more important than the rest.
yeah.
Um, the Morlock tries to wedge itself in between, doing a little step, like, "Huh,"
Hua.
and then wants to wrestle Argyle to the ground, like, yelling something about protecting the king. Meow. And then he raises his club and clonks the
Word.
ground. Kunk. What the hell? Instinctual finger is next to a mechanical construct or mechanical hazard. That's hilarious. I love it. There's bright light in this room. Let's
You've
see.
got it.
There we go. I'm sorry. What? This lady raises herself up from the ground with one action, puts both of her claws into the air, and descends them down upon him.
What?
He goes, "Eh!"
Don't we all?
And then he must roll for paralysis. He's caramelized.
Ooh.
Oh, yikes.
Bzzz. Taking
Well,
advantage of the
that's
situation,
good.
she's gonna get a nibble! And no nibbles were had. Argus, what do you do?
Yeah, I'd like to see this thing vomit on its own king, so I would like to move somewhere over here.
Zoop.
And then try to get rid of its mirror image. I assume if I attack the wrong one, it removes it, correct?
Let's take a la look-see. Any attack that would hit him has a random chance of hitting one of your images. If 3 remain, 1 in 4. 2 remain, 1 in 3. And if 1 image, 1 in 4. Of hitting him, like properly
Alright.
him.
Fair enough.
If an image is
Well,
hit,
in
it is
that case,
destroyed.
Alright, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to do the flurry of blows.
Actually, important, if it
Yes.
hits but is not a critical failure, you still destroy one of his images.
Makes sense. Here's the 1. Here's the 2.
His armor
I
class is
assume
21.
that would hit.
It's actually 22
Ah.
because he has a shield up.
Fair enough. Well, let's fish for a crit with the 3rd one.
Oof.
That's the end of my
Now,
turn.
as I mentioned, you still technically get 2 extra illusions gotten rid of because you hit them.
Yes.
Mirror image is not nearly as hard to get rid of as it was before.
Actually, no, never mind. I'll save it for later.
You would try to hit me with your piddly little fists.
I was born with these hideous fists. Don't bully me.
Well, he will give you a master headache. Nyah!
Okay. Do I roll for this, or does it just fail because of the +8?
What? No, you have to roll a will
no,
save,
sir.
my good sir.
Fair enough.
Push the button that says DC Twin and Will.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no. You take full initial and persistent damage, and the target becomes sickened too.
I suppose I could use the hero point to reroll because I don't want to deal with this.
I don't think anyone would. Go ahead.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
you know,
I do have to, so might as well. Let's see if I have to take it on the nose. Yeah, I have to take it on the nose. Fair enough.
let's see. You have 1d4 persistent damage. Oh, this is awesome. DC 15 formulas 1d4, and it's mental. Apply. Oh, you got a little brain icon.
It's
You also
the
take
brain
5
I have.
damage. And you're also sickened.
Sure. I'll make count for that.
And then he runs towards the door. Yeah! Mr. Staccato. You're directly adjacent to a large blob fellow.
Okay, I'm going to roll my devise a stratagem with the melee attack.
Who are you devising this against? There's a Morlock in the room, there's the King Growglust, and there's this big thing in the wall.
The thing on the wall.
Delightful. Show me your stratagem.
Sure trying. Anything showing up on your end?
Not yet.
I'm clicking stuff. I really thought that this would be better this time. We came somewhere with much better.
Huh.
All right, here we go.
Why is it? Oh, whoa! Easy there, bucko.
Sorry, I don't.
They all came through at once.
All right.
Your stratagem has resulted in a 16, I think.
Okay. So as part of that devised stratagem, I get to roll recall knowledge. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for. So do I need to guess which recall knowledge, which skill I use for recall knowledge?
Nah,
here?
it's a cult.
Occult. Okay, sounds good.
Don't let the cult get you.
Well, I mean, one thing that you can definitely surmise is that this thing has a low reflex save, if you wish to exploit that in any fashion.
Yes, that sounds good. So my roll's going to be bad, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try to trip it with my bladed whip.
It wiggles in the walls. Wiggle, wiggle.
That would be a critical failure.
I don't know how much grease you got yourself covered in there, bucko, but whoa.
Yeah.
Chiharu.
I'm going to take the opportunity to get the heck away from that thing. Then use the opportunity to hit that Morlock with a crossbow bolt.
I mean, he's completely and utterly caramelized.
Oh yeah. No, I'll shoot the blob then, because that thing is scary.
You were
These bolts-
petrified.
Drat. Okay, then you can keep my shield up then with the last action.
What beautiful rolls I get today. The Grath glut starts to let out pitiful moans as it's bullied. Whenever a creature starts or enters its turn in the area of 60 feet around it,
Ooh.
they become very sad. This also includes the bad guys, so that's good for them. It tries to go after Chiharu because he looks so tasty.
Oh,
Whoa. Inger.
Hello. Okay, so this gonna. So first I need a will saving throw and then stuff.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay.
You are unaffected. And do not have to
Fancy
worry about it.
stuff. Well, since the Growlbot just like rolled into my range, let's get a little pet with the morning stuff. A little pet.
Nice.
You firmly smack down. More of its gooey, acidic, alchemical goo drips out. You're pretty sure this thing is rigged to burst if you blow it up good. Which is also a bit of a warning.
not
I
again.
would like to like take a very deep breath, squint, and then smack it. Oh bless.
Miss. Your last action, I presume, was taking
Let's
taking
raise-
out the weapon. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm-
let's raise my.
Let's see. How does one recover from caramelization? Paralysis can attempt a new save at the end of its turn. The DC decreases by 1. The DC was 20, but now it's 19. He's still completely frozen in place. Algriel tries to bite his face off and succeeds at hitting him. He gets to roll against Ghoul Fever.
What's that?
Nothing good. Nothing good.
Love that.
Chomp chomp. Chomp chomp.
It's crunchy time.
She hucks the dead Morlock aside. Goes straight for the big boy, Argus.
Yes. I'm going to try and stop this guy. I'm going to try and trip him.
Whoop! I already
Yep.
told you that their reflex DC is very high.
Oh, yeah, and then I might actually critically fail, and that would suck. Fair enough. Good warning.
Additionally, he still has one illusionary copy running around, so.
Fair enough. In that case,
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to get rid of it. Here's the one.
Well, that's the last one gone.
Alright. That's the 2. That's the 3.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh. Oh wait, he only has one slot left because he's been using his spell. Not 21, 1. Thank you. You won't get your. I think this is just a maneuver, yes. Oh wait, first and foremost, and probably very important. Unlike Ogriel, who Oh wait, she isn't immune to that. Okay, gotcha. She apparently turns out to have been sickened a little bit by this undesirable moaning. He's fine though. Plus 17. Gosh. He'll use his finest spell on her. Begone! Oh, I have to roll this by hand. I guess I'm not special. And then he
Also,
bumps his way through the door.
he did mention persistent damage.
That just
How much
happened,
did I
yes.
take? Ah.
Mrs. Staccato. There's one less person in the room, but there's still a big globule.
So Agriel is the glob thing.
This is your friend.
So,
That's the
Oh.
big glob thing.
gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, with that. Now I can see things. It's very difficult when you just see a big gray screen to really follow what's going on. All right, big gray glob thing. Cool. Alrighty. Man, I really cannot see.
Nobody here can.
Okay, so I am going to move up to the glob. Oh yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna roll my recall knowledge on him again. See if I
Sweet.
can get anything else good. Okay, why is that private?
I don't know. I think I know why.
There we go. 17.
I-
Because I clicked roll privately.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say.
All right, cool. Do I get anything good off that?
Although I'm also kind of worried that it's starting to do like secret rules being auto-implemented. You're pretty sure this thing is gonna explode violently once you destroy it.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to take an action to create a blind pepper tube. I'm going to use it.
You know, I just want to point this out, but it's kind of weird how many enemies around here explode violently in viscera.
Okay, so if it explodes, it's going to be bad. All right, so I let everybody know that. Yeah. I say, guys, this thing, all right, it's going to pop when it pops. All right, so just yeah. So let's get a little distance, and we feel like it's about to go down. All right, so so the blind pepper tube, it just says uses blind pepper tube. It's not explained what a blind pepper tube is, so that's super helpful. How do I make it show up what it does?
Where is this blind pepper tube?
He's got to roll a reflex save.
Where's it in your inventory, I wonder?
DC 15 reflex save.
So if you had a blind pepper tube,
I take out this little tube, I blow it in his eyes, and just a bunch of pepper flies all in his face.
Oh, great. Cool. Ah! It's blinded for 1 round and dazzled for 1 round.
Gas.
Cool. All right, that's my turn.
It can't see, for its gooey eyes are full of nothing but peppers.
It burns.
Okay, and I'm going to run away from it,
Smart.
and I'm going to use disrupt undead on the thing, on that big boy.
Delightful. It has no effect, for it is not undead.
Oh no!
It's just goopy
That's
like that.
First, it seeks, for it must know where its tasty little prey is. Why does it have one per... There's a lot of numbers around here that seem to just have completely imploded. I don't get this. He has 1 perception. Go kid someone else. He has 0 wisdom. He should be at least on an even number. Groklat, you have 5 perception. Oh, it's just being very weird about things. No, it's because he's blinded. He slithers on after you.
And you still got an 18?
Apparently, I'm sucking up all the good rolls. Do. Despite being blinded, it moves errorlessly after you, my dear Chiharu, and firmly wraps what you... I mean, they're barely qualifiable to answer. There's these big pudgy things with finger-like appendages hanging off.
Oh god!
Inger, did you know you could have made an attack of
Hello.
opportunity when he moved away? You could have.
I could have, but I didn't. Alas.
I mean, if you want to take it now, that's fine by me.
I would enjoy this very much. Yes.
Hit him in the back with that morning star.
Good morning, bench.
Kaboom! The Grotlet is starting to look a little throbby. Like he's bulging and contracting in places.
Period, huh?
Anyway, it's your turn. You have
know,
3 actions. What do you want to do?
Hi. Ah. If I pop it, it's gonna burst. But am I gonna be in range while it bursts?
It looks big enough that it could easily splatter this whole room.
Yeah, well, then it doesn't make any difference, right? I'm gonna close that lovely distance and whip him with the Morning Star again. That seems to be working. That's the regular, right? No maps?
Mm-hmm.
Bless.
First attack this round. Clonk.
Bonk.
As your Morning Star impacts, you create tiny puncture wounds, which spray out acidic alchemical goo. It's getting under pressure.
Please. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I could do to prevent the splatterage, but I don't really see it. I'd like to try to poke a few more holes, but like in the side that's away from everybody else.
Unfortunately,
and
that
that's right then.
opportunity does not present itself.
Yikes. Oh well.
With a tremendous
Attempt for me.
climb speed, she crawls across the wall of the ceiling and gets behind him. Ow. To the neck. Unfortunately, his armor class is too great. No! She just wants to bite him. Argus.
Yes. Going to jump over him and move somewhere over here. Let's see. And blocking
Argus,
the way forward.
as you
Yes.
move into this hallway, you step over 2, count them, 2 spike launchers.
I did say that I'm gonna jump. I have the quick jump.
You're going to land on
Jump.
at least one of those spaces.
All right, fair enough.
You can't just fight in midair and then end your turn like still hanging in midair.
Oh, in that sense, fair enough. I thought as I was crossing it. Cool. All right.
Hey, free piercings.
Yes.
Also, aren't you going to like in the dark, or do you have a light source?
I do have that ever-burning torch somewhere
Delightful.
on me.
But first, pew pew,
That would hit, I think.
pew pew.
Kapow.
That is 6 damage for thee, as the
Mhm.
spike launcher is expended.
Okay.
Your rest of your turn, please.
Yes. Hold on. That's the one. That's the 2. That would be the 3rd one.
Argus having a massive headache there. Ow, oof, oof, ow. Let's see. Well, since you're so keen on fighting him, he points his. Ooh, wait, doesn't he have like a cool stick? No. I thought he had a cool stick. He points a finger. The final spell slot for you, Agriel. Ow, my head. It hurts so bad. She's now sickened 2 and takes immense ouchie baba damage. Oh no, wait, excuse me. It doesn't increase the damage. It just makes the stunned worse. Yep, specific about it. But she does take that 1d4. Mental. Just like our good friend Arius. And he tries to run and climb across the ceiling, getting to the other side. Yeah. Risk more traps, fools! Mr. Staccato.
Alrighty. Let's see what happens if I would think to throw a bomb at this guy.
Maybe you should get like an anti-acid bomb.
That looks like that will hit.
That will definitely hit.
All right, awesome. Then I'm going to do that.
Show me the goods. How much persistent damage does that? How much persistent?
Persistent damage. It of course does not say in the description. Go somewhere else. Sorry, 1d4 persistent damage.
Delightful. That has a 1 in 2 chance of killing him when his turn comes around.
Nice. Trying to do something.
Maybe we should get some cover.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah, so that was 2 actions. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. All right, this guy's about to blow, guys. We should probably find some place to avoid the goo.
Charu.
Ms. Intermezzo. I've still got a move action, so Miss Intermezzo walks us both stately out of the room.
Okay.
It's lifting you towards what you think is a mouth, but really doesn't have any teeth, so you're not sure how this is gonna work.
So I can escape with an unarmed strike.
Or an athletics check or an acrobatics check. It's up to you.
I am not trained in either of those. I'm gonna go for it.
Well, the athletics you see is a delightful 21. You fail and struggle and worm.
Okay.
Squirm.
Then I'm not sure what actually I can do.
Not much. Casters don't like being grabbed.
Yeah. I'm going to. Can I forbidding ward myself? No, as an ally, not myself.
And 2E is actually specific about that. That you are not your own ally.
That's sad, man.
Nobody knows what it's like.
Well, I'm gonna cast. Can I cast whilst grabbed?
You can try.
Uh,
There's a DC flat 5 check involved, but you can try.
okay. I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna try casting Bless, so that's just a flat DC 5 to
I-
cast.
I don't know why you would want to cast Bless, because no one is in range for Bless right now. And
Oh,
it's just a
I
+1 to
for
attack rolls.
Emanation.
Yes.
I thought it was higher. Okay, I'm just gonna try and shield myself from it then.
Delightful. I think shield is what kind of component? Verbal, so you don't even have to concentrate. Whoop. So you don't even have to worry about the restraining.
Nice.
Oh, the graphical is mindless. Huh. I guess that it doesn't really have too much self-preservation in its big dumb head. Knock knock. Oh, look, his vermin is. Spiders are fucking stupid, and that's the rule I live by. Well, you know, it still wants to get that. It still wants to get that big old bite out of you, Mr. Charu. So slobber, slobber. Don't forget, you can use your shield to reduce damage if you
Oh
want to.
yeah, I can. I forget how that. Yes. I would use that then.
Ooh, now I'm getting the bad rolls. So yes, in that case, you reduce the damage down to 4, while it's drooling all over you, trying to digest your head. Inger, your friend, is becoming less alive. That's not good. Oh, it's actually dead.
Oh, bless.
It bubbles and brools as the poisons in its body agitate the alchemical mixtures, and kasploosh is what it's gonna do.
Well, that's gross.
Fortitude save.
Chiharu and Inger are the ones who have to worry about this. Apparently, it
certainly do.
exclusively explodes in Inger's direction. Inger, fort save, please.
Fair.
DC 19.
Having
Please
like
roll.
being having its mouth around me sort of like it exploded outwards. So being somewhat inside it helped.
Inger takes 10 damage.
Good McCord.
Never underestimate the power of persistent damage.
Yup. Let me just see. So that's 6 HP left for me, buds.
She gets him from behind, and since he's flanked, he's flat-footed, and that actually puts him at a critical hit. Ooh! Critical chomp. Ow! My head! I need that for thinking. Oh no, I'm paralyzed.
Damage?
Oh no. Yeah, that 24 was damage.
Damn.
Let's see, how mean was that
Ooh,
chomp? It was a 5. Ooh. Don't underestimate that damage doubling. Then she latches onto him, nice and firm. Well, he's already paralyzed, and just lays into his neck.
Right side here.
Argus, your target is paralyzed and held in place. Give him that karate chop.
Yes. Let's finish them off then. Or maybe not.
That's
I'll
2
just spend all
fives.
actions on this. Yeah, I know. Let's see. See? There you go.
End of his turn, and he recovers from his paralysis, but he's still gripped, and he has no actions to free himself. Mr. Staccato, there's this remaining veneer of sizzling acid all around the room that slowly but surely goes away.
Alright, well, Ms. Intermezzo is alright with that. She daintily picks her paws across the room.
He's baby.
I'm gonna walk in to. In theory, I'm gonna walk in. Is the door closed? And move into the room.
There you are.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna see what will happen if I shoot this. Oh,
Not great.
no, not that impressive. All right, cool. Then I'm going to go over and I'm going to try to aid Argus's next attack. I've never aided before. So I want to, actually, you know what? Argus is not looking good. I'm going to go patch him up, actually.
Give him a good old band-aid. Chihara, what do you spend
Yeah.
on your turn in the dark?
I'm going to lay on hands myself.
Touch. Ooh, it's almost a crit there.
So 24 to heal Argus.
Wait, we'll have to roll healing. Web 6.
You just got 6, yes.
Yes.
Well, Inger, that was a mighty fine
Hello.
splash.
Was that one
That
2d8,
was-
Safi?
2d8 probably, yes.
Mm-hmm. A very thick sploosh, if you will. I'm gonna like scoot over to where I remember Chiharu being, and just like stand in line.
I mean, we both have dark
I
vision.
don't- Hmm?
You can see in the
also-
dark.
yeah.
Also, the door
Yeah.
never closed. That was just an
Yeah,
accident.
I do have the dark vision. It's a dwarf thing.
So what do you want to do with Chiharu? He just starts. He pats himself with divine restoration.
Yes, I'm like gonna hoist him up, pat down the little outfit, just to kind of bring him back to status quo.
Delightful. Cool. Argus, he's paralyzed anew as someone is biting into his neck. The cold touch of the grave forces his body to stiffen like rigor mortis.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ, Argus, your odds are not that bad.
Kick his ass.
And 4. There you go.
What the hell is up with your rolls?
I'm not questioning it.
I am. This man is just completely stiff and immobile, and you can't. Your fists, they do nothing. You're very good at removing mirror images, though, when it comes down to it. Jesus.
All right. Well, this is the nice thing about I know that I just can't hit this guy. It's just not gonna happen.
The divine protects him, apparently.
I've gotta be okay with that. All right. I'm going to try to let's see. I'm gonna roll a knowledge on this guy. Is that occultism also?
Actually, he is just a dude, so I think it's society. Is there something you want to know about Morlocks, or something you want to know about him in particular?
That's a good question. I don't know. Something I want to investigate him. What with a 25 studying this fella? I don't know anything valuable that you can tell me about him. And I think that's a critical success. Yeah.
Yes, I
I
mean,
don't know what the DC is.
well, considering that he is, it should be unique, I think, but whatever. Point is, you can ask me a question, I'll give you an answer.
Okay,
The thing is, though, that he can't do anything. He's just been sitting there.
he's sitting there getting his ass kicked. Well, at the very least, okay, I get a +1 because I critically succeeded at the recall knowledge, and I can tell other people about it. So if I find something valuable about him, as in he's fucking paralyzed and can't move and he's fucked.
You hear about his stubbed toe from when he was.
Yeah, it's real rough. So everybody else gets a +1 to their next roll against the target. And in particular, who's next after me? Inger. He's
Hi.
flat-footed against you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can bust in, commit
Yeah.
to max.
And then I'm going to aid Inger's next attack. How do I aid? How do you aid an attack?
How do you aid an
Do I roll my
attack?
own attack
Well,
roll?
first you have to say that you're gonna aid. That's an action, and then as a
I'm
reaction,
aiding-
you make the same roll that Inger would make, and if you succeed, you give a little bonus to hers.
Cool. All right. So I'm telling Inger, he's got a stub toe. All right. This guy's on his last legs. Go for the toe. Okay. His weakness is the toe. So she gets a +1, and then when she comes in and attacks, I'm gonna try to help her.
All right, Chiharu.
Dealing.
Oh,
Oh,
apparently.
sorry. Everyone gets a +1. He's flat-footed against her specifically.
Yes. I got you.
Hell
Chiharu,
yeah.
what do you do on your turn?
I'm going to walk in here and just shoot a divine lance at the big Morlock cult guy.
Oh no, but he is evil.
Oh yeah, gotta specify good damage.
Oh, it's chaotic evil, so I think both of your alignments would kick his ass.
Okay.
Well, you hit him. Square in the noggin. Ah! He doesn't want to be told that he's a naughty boy. Inger, get in there
Hello.
and kick him in the beepus.
In the beepus? Sure thing.
Well, on his toe, actually. I think that was what your friend was shouting about.
Yeah, since I got to hear a lot about toes, oh good lord, Foundry, please do not be like this.
Inger, as you take your stand on that particular square,
Mm-hmm.
a spike crashes straight into your armor, but does nothing to actually impede you. You just hear this crunching sound as a wooden pillar just slams into you.
Oh well, I've had cousins do worse.
Ah, it's probably nothing. You stepped on something.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway,
So I'm having trouble marking the
Alt and click.
bastard.
you got him. Hit him. You got him.
Okay. But yes, I take a big old swing at that toe.
Sure, make it a critical. He's all paralyzed up, held in place. You got everything going for you. Ooh. Despite being paralyzed, he yells at you with he yells for his friends as best as he can. Or, to be fair, you're making a lot of noise, which is a polite way of saying that you've been taking your sweet time.
Oh shit, he's got a 27.5 initiative. It was just if it were just 27, we'd be okay. But that 0.5, guys, we're in trouble.
Agriel tears this man's head clean off, leaving a nice corpse for you to deal with.
Good for her. She's a growing girl. Let her get her snack.
Undead don't grow.
Let's take a look-see. How good are your ears? Good enough to tell you that there's someone behind the door that she's in front of that's moving up to your position. So, we stand the fight or what is kind of the look she's giving you.
I mean, good question.
Unfortunately, none of you really get the time to respond because the door swings open. The gentleman standing in the door and shoulder checking her. In her sickened state, she stumbles forward.
That is her whole body.
Argus, this mean gentleman, you can tell that him and his friend are going to do something. Stand on top of each other. There's a fun thing they can do. You'll love it.
Yeah.
That does sound fun.
See what they have to do to emulate a portion of my power.
Well, Argus, you're standing there. What do you do?
Well, since these idiots are going to insist on wasting their time, I'm just going to do this. And this. That's my turn. I'm going to hold the door. Until everybody is ready to kick their ass.
Argus, your head's going to start exploding at how much this continuous persistent mental damage is happening. Oh, wait, no, it should be over by now because the guy died.
Yes.
But, and how do I get rid of this? How do I, okay, I probably got to go into your sheet for this one. There you go. That's really nicely set up. There you go. Gone. Scoot! Cool. What is your athletics modifier? More than 15, 17. Okay, you feel them like bonk bonk against the door. Little fists are batting against it.
Yes.
What's the plan, team?
prepare, open the door, let them stumble in, and just slaughter them.
Hey, I got another plan. All right, just to add to this, when you open the door, I've got some light sticks. You can put them. You give them a little crack, very bright. These fuckers hate that. It's hilarious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Would
And
our
Chihara, my buddy,
ghoul buddy
when
be
there's
okay
next
with
the
that?
opportunity, could I request a little tap of the lay of hands?
I got you too. I can help out.
Thank you. Just to top up.
Did that roll come through? My medicine check?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
It's a
22.
success.
Oh yeah.
So 2d8.
All right, kids. So what's the plan while Argus holds the door for a moment?
I'm gonna use a 2-action heal on Inga.
Six health.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, y'all get a little bit of time to put yourself where you want to be and how you want to be, and then you get a round's worth of actions, and then whenever Argus says that the initiative starts, initiative winds back up.
Okay.
Blessed.
As he effectively holds the door until, whatever initiative count that he thinks is cute.
All right, Argus,
Yes.
I'm going to hand you one of these light sticks. So
Sure.
you can use one action to, as soon as you open
Prepare.
the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Initiative starts then.
Inga, you also get another 10 health.
Aw, thanks, bud. I do appreciate that.
All right, Argus, whose initiative count? Do we start the sequence back up again?
On Mr. Staccato immediately.
It's a
And
staccato.
then go down from there.
A turn goes by with your friends doing all kinds of quick prep work. What do you do?
My mouse isn't working.
I give a sunrod to Argus, and I know that those guys are on the other side of the door. So can I do like a? So wait, so I'm sorry. So we're in the prep mode now, or
You've had your little prep time.
Okay. All right. Well,
This
I'm
is
not
when
opening
Argus
the door.
opens the door again.
Gotcha. Okay. Once he opens the door, then he's gonna open the door and hit his sunrod at the same time, right? Which should
Yep,
dazzle
yep.
these guys. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna see if I can give him a little bomby poo.
Well, they're both
Hold on one
horribly blinded, and you throw a bomb through. Presumably, the door swings in such a way that Argus is shielded from this.
second. Yeah.
Well, since they are completely incapable of seeing where the hell that came from, you hit them.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing. Truly.
And that's gonna be a D4 persistent next round.
Excellent. D4 persistence. Oh, it's a blight bomb. I for a moment thought it was a okay. Boop.
Yeah.
1d4.
Only one of them gets 3 damage. The other one gets 1 damage.
Well, they actually both share the same space, so they're both splattered equally. Downside of their little trick. Chiharu, they're blinded,
2d6 plus 1 and got a 3.
and you are wherever you want to be in the room.
Okay. Wherever I want to be. Probably be still at the back. Yeah, just gonna pelt him a bit from the back.
Baby in the back. Gotcha. Vroom. Unfortunately, Argus's door gets in the way. The door, however, is immune to good damage or lawful damage, for it is a neutral door. It has no political affiliations. A righteous centrist.
Inger?
Hello. Well,
It's your turn.
well. I mean, if you're ready to open the door, I'm ready to do some swinging.
The door's
It's
open.
been open for like a couple of
Excellent.
minutes.
Then let me scoot over to the SmackDown zone. Unselect everything, reselect this little poor fucker, and go get to whacking.
They hiss at all this light. Ah! The loquacious one takes the full brunt of the hit. Critical hit.
Yeah,
Bonk.
things like that. And since this one is looking chatty, I still have one action left, right?
Yes.
Then let me give it a little backhand swing right in the mouth. At least a
Zoom.
temple.
And then with that on the backhand, another crit. Because holy shit,
Nice.
fighters, man.
I like being buff. It's fulfilling.
She uses her fancy climb speed to double move her way to the back.
Attack of opportunity.
This is your friend who's moving, so please,
Oh, sorry.
please don't beat her up. Actually, you
I'm
know what she's
here.
gonna. You know what? Actually, she's just gonna stick here. She's gonna go there in a bit, but first she's gonna eat this dude.
Get him.
No, she's gonna eat the corpse that's on the ground because she's hungry and she wants to get her revenge. And then she scoots over. The Morlock can't see. His eyes are filled with blindness. So as a result, the most he can do is swing wildly at the light source to try and bat it away. Wee, wee, wee. He would have hit if only he wasn't full of blindness. Argus.
Yes. I suppose I could. Can I make my way into the room over there? So, namely, this way. See
You can if you roll me against their reflex DC acrobatics.
Sure.
Ha ha ha! With your amazing luck, you'll fall on your tuchus.
Probably.
Actually, since they're blinded, I think you could make that. Yeah, you made it. You're there. Whee!
Fair enough. That's one action I'm gonna do. See if I can actually hit anything. Hold on. Target.
You swoop on by
Is
while
that
one of them
actually
gets
target?
hit. Hmm?
I'm
You've targeted
target
one of them,
and
yes. There's like two in the same space.
Fair enough. It's just that I don't see that little targeting reticle thingy.
Well,
Right. Anyway, that's the one.
Nope.
That's the two, and that's the third one.
well, you critically hit once.
Yes.
Card. Jesus. I think you just karate chopped his brain in half. Well, I guess that's where all your luck went. Was this one
Probably.
here feels this hand swinging over his head, and will go for you with as many club swings like
None of those hit though.
staccato. The blindness wears off, but he starts to notice what's going on, and he just screams louder. What a noisy boy.
Yeah, very nice. Alrighty, here. I'm going to see what will happen if I shoot this fellow.
He's got a face only a mother could love.
Or crossbow coral, also. Loves it a lot.
That hits.
Alrighty. I'm going to roll my recall knowledge as well. What do I know about this particular fella? Does he seem dumber, weaker, faster, smarter than his friends? What do you say? Anything interesting?
Well, you could tell that when they were stacked together, they had an advantage because they fight like a single writhing mass. That was kind of neat.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, don't let them do that, guys, when they stand up. Although it's funny because they both get hit by the same bomb. Alright, so I'm gonna load up an electric coral into my alchemist crossbow. Slot it in there, and then go ahead and hit that guy. So 9 plus 6.
Delightful. All right, Chiharu in the back. The dazzled creature looks as if he's going to run away too, because, you know, it's bloodshed. It's all spooky and scary.
Spooky and scary. I'm not very spooky and scary. I can just zap it with some goodness.
Some of that Sunny D. Some of that Sunny Death, that is. Double damage. Mr. Chiharu takes the kill.
Good work, buddy.
Nice.
You are left with quiet and solitude, and your GM having to pull up all the prerequisite rooms to tell you exactly how much you learned.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow, yes.
So, is our ghoul body okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fine.
So we killed the guy. Now it seems kind of empty now. So what are you gonna do now?
Well, this was to convince them to help you. So they're like, "What did I promise to help you, right?"
Yeah.
They know the place down below. Let's see. That's a moderate. Oh, no, I don't want to go up. I want to go down. I want to go down. It was a moderate trapped hole. Cool. Doesn't give me any points for this. Moderate, severe, and low. How much is that altogether? Moderate, severe, low. 260 points of experience for all.
Wow.
That's it. Third level.
Additionally, 30 more experience points and a hero point for completing Ogreel's little side quest.
Wee.
So 230 plus 60, 290. So we're at what? We're 1,000. We get our 1,000, and then do
I think it's
another
1,050.
60. 60.
No, because you got 260.
Okay.
There you go. You are now level 3 with 50 experience points in the bank.
Wow. Ooh. Efficiency rank for will increases to expert. Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh yes, this is where your bravery kicks in, huh?
Yeah, and there's general feet nonsense happening. Very cute, very hot. Mm-hmm.
General feats. Oh, those are nice. And a skill increase. Who doesn't like those?
Sorry about that. Family wanted something. What is the final experience number now?
Level 3 and with 50 left.
Level 3 of 50. Okay.
You gain a general feat. You might gain something from your class in some fashion. And you get a skill increase.
Sure. Let me pull up the bookmark.
As a monk, you gained your incredible movement and your mystic strikes as well.
Yes.
Incredible movement is such a bullshit increase. It's like straight extra 10. That is so much.
Yes.
So how Numies are you?
35.
You move almost as much in 2 actions as most people do with 3.
Yes, and if I take fleet, it's going to be a little nuts.
You're just zooming around like Tom Cruise on a motorbike.
With 40 feet of movement, you move as fast into 1 action as Inger does in 2.
Yeah.
Big Numies. Oh yeah, there's of course some loot to be concerned with. Let's take a look-see what there is to get,
Yes.
since you have some time to take a look around, pick at some of the bones.
Yes.
First and foremost, on this desk in this room, allow me to read for you. A desk with a chair sits in the middle of this room while 3 empty picture frames hang on the walls. There's also a pile of intricate gears seated on the table. Does anyone have crafting?
Me.
I think I do.
If you
Yeah.
have crafting, you feel that some of the gears inside here are quite intricate and have value due to their very specific and meticulous making. However, removing them from the rest of this passion project will require a roll of some sorts. It has risks involved.
All right. See, my crafting is. I'm pretty good. I'm at 10. So what about you, Inga?
Please hold. God dang it, Bounty. Oh, that's sick. Mine's only a +6 crafting, so we're fine.
All right. You want to assist me? You want? Can
Yes.
you roll your assist check before I roll mine?
Where's my assist check? How do
Oh,
I
you
do
just
this?
roll. You just
Just
roll
roll.
the same check,
Okay.
and you add a bonus if you succeed.
Okay. So I just roll crafting, huh?
Yes, against DC 16.
Okay. Bless. Ooh.
Well, on the plus side, you
16?
don't give a penalty.
Alright.
Mhm. It's
I'm gonna make
something.
this
It's
the subject of my investigation, obviously, as I am
You
looking
take
at
the
it.
greatest of caution. You
There we go.
successfully remove a fine gear that is worth about 40 gold pieces if you can find a buyer for it.
Nice.
It is now added to your
that's
inventory.
cool.
Additionally, here's all the loot of Mr. Growlgust, which includes an item that was found on his throne was this big set of ghoul hide. And you find that he also owned this.
He owned what? Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Don't mind if we clasp that. That's something that I've been working on with Rin.
Delightful.
Nice.
Yes, please. This is freaking cool.
I don't think any of us. I guess only Inger can use the ghoul hide. Yeah.
It's hide armor, yes, which is medium. So if you can wear medium, it's fine. If not, you can't.
Maybe Hekate.
I cannot use any armor.
Oh.
Man, clerics are weird.
Yeah. Really? Wait, clerics can't use any armor? What?
Only war priests can.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
freaking weird.
And Chiharu is a book nerd.
that's nuts.
The hide armor is, I mean, it's a +1 armor, so I think it's the same benefit as your current splint mail. But the benefit is you know that you're going to a floor that's filled to the brim with ghouls, so that extra resistance might be useful. Additionally, when you're done there, where you don't want to have it anymore, it probably sells for a good price.
Point.
So it may be worth wearing for now,
Yes.
and selling it for 110 gold pieces when you're ready to exchange.
So, any dibs?
You're the only one who can use that armor effectively.
And don't mind if I do. Oh, my poor splint mail.
Well,
How do I do this? Oh, I Google. Let's see.
boop. And boop.
Oh.
Boop.
Oh. Wow. Thanks.
Oh, that's weird.
Feeling the buff.
Let's see, how does this... Okay, cool. If you shift click, you can turn on the goo hide. Nice!
If I shift click on what?
If you shift click on your saving throws, it has a little section that's
Oh.
like ghoul hide versus disease and paralysis you can turn on or off.
Nice.
Be like, ah, thou wishest to curseth me? Well, abracadabra!
Well, I think the frick not. This is fun.
Delightful.
This is heckin' nice. Hell yeah.
Man, what is everyone getting for general feats? You can get fun things like Steel Resolve, Prescient Planner.
I mean, there's really two general feats that are worth. I mean, it's toughness and initiative, right? Like those are the.
Those are always darling, yes.
We can only access the ones at level 3, right?
1 and 3. You can actually downgrade them. In fact, you
Okay.
can. I think you can turn general feats into class feats too, if you're skill feats, if you're particularly interested in skill feats.
Nice. Okay.
I
Those
think
skill feats
also
kinda
you can convert them into class feats by going through the human ancestry. So sure, why not? So essentially, it's whatever the fuck you want it to be. Let's see. Don't forget to get the Numies. I think Chiharu is very happy to level up for a
Absolutely.
very specific reason.
Spells.
Level 2 spells. Who doesn't like second level divine spells? You get Blood Vendetta,
Oh, nice.
Silence, Spiritual Weapon, and of course, a spell often well loved, Status. And you know, dispel magic, I guess. Why isn't there? Why can't you upcast Death Knell? How weird.
Mm.
Like the perfect spell. Like every time you bump it up, you get 10 more, 20 more extra temporary hit points, or like the status bonus gets a bit bigger over certain levels. They could have easily done that. Come on, Paizo, put up those little fists and punch at the air like you're Yakigata Gusto. Well, you've got much time to think about things, but the stairs work again, which means you can take the stairs up and down once more.
Wow.
Nice.
So if you
That's
would like to
gonna
go somewhere, you can go there yourself, or I can teleport you to the stairs and we can just take you where you need to be. What do you want to do, kids?
Yeah, I like being teleported around.
So you want to go back to the 3rd floor and see where you can go?
Oh yeah. Let's see what's fresh.
2, 3.
Ooh.
I need at least one person there so that I can properly... Oh. Oh, this is going to be hella funky, but I can do this if I'm smart about it. I'm very intelligent, did you know? Whoa! Whoops. I forgot. I need to pull you guys into. Uh-oh. 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 Whoa!
You good?
No, I need to remove some duplicates. Get out of the way, clone staccato.
Never. Is there a lore that's been particularly useful that's come up a lot, like with all the various pictures and everything, like a lore category that's been...
Well, you can literally just say, I want to learn about lore of Gauntlet, and then bam, you just have lore for this particular dungeon.
Cool. Well, yeah, because I get additional lore as a skill feat, so I will take additional lore as my skill feat for Gauntlet.
Hell yeah.
Now, you can also take Gauntlet about Belcora or the Rosengard. Like, there's lots of things to do, or just Otari in general. This is options.
What is a Belcora?
Well, your good ghoul friend can tell you that this place belonged to them, which also Inger could tell you because they're related to the Rosengard.
Yeah.
Basically, she was the big bad evil guy when this dungeon was in tip-top shape.
The villain.
Yeah. I have the Rosengard lore and the Dwarven lore, so we're covered on those particular fronts.
You're covered when it comes to Dwarven crafts and to the heroes who went down this place and beat up the bad guy. Long ago.
I was really worried that we wouldn't know enough about dwarves, but thank God.
Got you covered, baby.
It's a valid concern. There's just so little material out there. Barely any dwarf scores.
Sorry, so Gauntlet, right? Gauntlet
yes.
lore. I automatically become expert in it. This is a good feat.
Damn. Mr. Sakata's been like reading a lot.
Mrs. Staccato has been putting like inquiries for the Absalom Library.
Oh yeah, man.
Mr. Staccato added.
Give me those pictures of Spider-Man.
It turns out that everybody in Gauntlet, this is what I've discovered, wants to kill us and has to die.
Not all men.
Yeah. There was someone that didn't want to kill us. Well, other than the ghoul.
Right, the one guy.
I mean, technically, the Morlocks didn't necessarily want to kill you. That was more like a set of circumstances that came together.
That was more us than him, to be fair.
Do we get a chance to recover stamina?
Definitely. Like I said, you have a bit of time after that whole scrap.
Sure.
In fact, I'm going to straight up spoil that next time you guys come back here after like a day of rest, if you decide to take one, those Morlocks are going to be gone because their boss is dead and there's like a slaughter that happened. Also, their big monster exploded. This is to say that there's a reason for them not to be here anymore.
You just had a really bad few days.
Yeah. Yeah, so bad.
If you're a monster, when adventures come, it's like the place might as well be haunted. Because, you know, you can't stay here for long. You gotta move. And when you want to sell the dungeon to someone else, you have to list adventurers are actively exploring this place. Aren't there like actual American states where you have to list if your house is haunted? Fucking
Oh
ridiculous.
my god.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, if somebody got murdered in there.
Oh, yeah, it's murder. I thought it wasn't haunted. It was
Yeah.
if someone died in the house.
Hmm.
I was
What
about to.
the frick,
Ooh,
y'all?
I was about to give slack where none is appropriate. I would definitely want to know. I mean, to be fair, like does it count if a cow shits into a furnace and explodes because of all the explosion going up its butt into the gas chamber that has a cow intestine? Listen, I'm just thinking ahead on the law here.
Murder keeps
It's
property
important.
values
It's
down.
important.
Yeah, we're just keeping things accessible here.
Um, DM, I want to bring one quick thing to your attention,
Delightful.
which is that just to my familiar Ms. Cadenza she has the independent ability, so she can take one move, like one action per turn on her own, and it's
Now,
pretty good. It's always going to be moving me to where I want to
okay.
be.
Now you say all that garbage, Mr. God damn it, where is it, Mister? No,
Mr.
not.
Staccato.
Here we go. Abracadabra, abracazoo. Here is. Can I get the permission? There we go. Everyone can see it, Who the hell is Help Baby? Get out of here, Help Baby. I don't know who you are. Here, there's now an actual familiar sheet.
Sweet, thank you.
Blast.
I mean, I'm
That was
generally
Winnie.
always going to be on top writing her,
What is she?
except for unusual circumstances. She's a corgi.
A little itty bitty baby. Delightful.
She's a little corgi doggy, and I'm riding on her back. She takes me where I want to go.
That's
It is-
heckin' adorable.
It's fat.
It is ridiculously adorable.
She's also faster than you, so that's great.
Oh yeah, yeah, and she gets an action per turn, and I don't have to command her to do it.
Can I
I mean,
also take?
This isn't quite
Oh,
as
no.
exciting as Shashka, who eventually became huge because of a spell.
No, don't familiar shame me, man. I'm proud of
Shashka was an animal
Miss
companion, though.
Cadenza.
Different matter. I still love huge Shashka. They tore a
I'm
real
riding
bite out of some people. Oof.
I'm riding on the back of a corgi.
That's all you
can't
need,
take this
baby.
from me. You can't make me feel bad about this.
Nobody was riding. They never tried, although they made him huge on 2 small stairs. And it was like, oh man, your dog doesn't fit there, dude. There were a lot of people on that small. What the hell was going on with those stairs? Anyway, kids, you sort
Yeah,
yourselves
Dad.
out. You feel better about yourself. I think Inger,
Pretty much.
let's get rid of that drain of yours. You shouldn't hold on to that. Don't feel bad about it. Boop.
Sometimes you gotta let go of things to feel better.
You can revitalize, realign your chakras, as it were. Ooh, toughness. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
I
is
got that as the skill feat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it lifts my HP, gives me better DC. So why not?
dang.
Tanking it up. Just fully committed.
You and Argus are both like expert in all saving throws.
Got plenty of reasons to stay alive, and now we have the tools to do it.
Argus has not yet taken a general feat, but he'll
Nope.
decide on that later.
I like tanks that stay alive.
Oh, that's an interesting choice
I
there,
like
Mr. Chiharu.
Yeah?
I'm squishy.
Mr. Chiharu does not feel good about not wearing at least some degree of clothes, so he'll be buying some clothes when he get the chance.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad because it was getting a little awkward. I didn't want to say anything, but like I was trying not to look, you know.
I have
Somewhat.
clothes, just not.
Defensive clothes.
Yeah. I thought it worked like a. Actually,
All right, kids. Well, once you're all done, just let me know. In the meantime, I'll kick up my feet and be like,
It's
I'm
can I
good to
spend
go.
like some downtime just like healing everyone up with medicine checks?
Sure.
Mm.
I said you had some time to rest and recover, so you probably have some time to rest and recover. Funny how that
Yes.
works out.
Yes.
One might indeed expect
I
this.
can just imagine Mr. Staccato saying, "Be careful what you're doing and what you're saying, or I'm gonna sick my dog." And you points towards the corgi. You're gonna die from laughter.
No.
He's gonna bite you in the ankle.
Miss Cadenza,
Yes.
she's better than that. All right, she doesn't engage in base fisticuffs like some sort of animal. I spent a lot of time grooming her. She's carefully styled.
Mhm.
She's won multiple competitions. Okay,
I personally like the idea of buying some spider climb slippers and you just crawl across the ceiling,
That sounds awesome.
drop on
I'm
people's
definitely
heads.
gonna do that. Fucking spider
Nobody
Courtney.
a sporty, if you will.
Well, y'all take some time, recover some hit points. Delightful.
Yeah, so Inga gains
All of them.
13. Yes, all of them. And then
I'm just hoarding them at this point.
healing Argus. Okay.
Argus gets critical, which probably puts him at full, unless you roll really bad and they'll be sad. Don't disappoint me, Chiharu.
What are we rolling?
I'm
Here we
rolling
go.
to heal everyone, then
Okay.
bandage myself, and I'm gonna get a crit fail.
Don't do that.
Da da da
Oh,
da da.
buddy. Did you get
You
distracted
have
and
hero
like?
points. You can
Did you get
reroll.
distracted and play Cat's Cradle again? I mean, it's fine if you did.
Yeah,
Please
that
use a
myself
hero
for 3.
point.
Yes, I'm using a hero.
Don't forget you can right click and just straight up use the H button.
The hoop,
The H for hero point.
Oh, alright, okay.
the hoop is on
Well,
your
it's not a
side.
critical failure, so at
It's
the very least you
not a
don't hurt
critical
yourself.
fail. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna use lay on hands on myself then, because that is level 2. Now it heals for 12.
Whoop.
Going up in the world.
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
are.
pretty sure we're descending the stairs.
It's all relative. I've been grabbed. I'm still shook from almost being eaten.
Shook.
That
Shook, I
that is
say.
traumatic.
Shook to the core.
Seffi, do you remember what was the button for off-grid movement?
You
So it
hold
doesn't
shift.
snap to it. Gotcha. No, that just spins me around.
Oh, it does. Well, shift when you click and drag, and then shift when you're ready to release.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know, I don't
There
like
we
this
go.
drag ruler thing. It's a little annoying.
I like it.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Is it possible to enable it client-side?
I don't know. Well, we can sort things out later. Let's see
Yes.
what the not manage modules. That just makes everything restart. Configure settings. Module settings. Automatic movement switching. Positive elevations. Oh yeah.
You okay, friend?
So I forgot. There's more fanciness about this than you think there is.
I was worried there wouldn't be enough fanciness, but no, I feel better.
So when you move far enough, it look at. I want you to look at this. When she moves far enough, it turns into yellow because it's another movement action.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
that is
it's
pretty
it's
fancy.
really fancy on that regard.
I literally cannot see it because I'm
We
too
can
fast for this room.
Mr. Staccato can demonstrate for you. By
So what
moving
do you
ac-
do? You click, you shift and hold. Oh yeah, that's cool. And then it turns yellow. Oh, that's neat. That's an extra move. I like that.
Oh, God, that is.
And it knows what my movement speed is. My stubby little corgi legs.
Yep. Well, y'all ready to keep going?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let me pull up a map because there's something this lady knows about this room that's worth knowing. Since you have a friend with you who's familiar with this place, it turns out making friends who
That
know the
is
area
handy.
is very useful.
This is true.
She wants to know if you would like to go to. Are you familiar with Gibbering Mouthers? Because there's a secret door here that goes there.
Did you bring Malbers?
Ew.
It's like a big walking pool of flesh.
Yeah, I dated one of those in high school. It got weird real fast. Lots of tongue. Too much tongue.
Well,
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord.
well, there's also a passage that goes to Atari's fishery behind there. She will point out a secret passage here.
Ooh.
It also connects up to a tunnel that in turn connects up to the old well by the Morlock lair.
All right.
Bears noticing. Bears noticing.
But yeah, if you want to go see about the ghoul cultists, well, they're elsewhere.
Hmm.
They're up through this door.
Oof. I'm gonna need to reload Foundry because it's doing things.
I hate it when it does things. All right, so wait, so we got ghoul cultists one direction, and what was the other thing?
So north goes
Blavering.
towards the ghoul cultists and some other places. That's like the real dungeon. Down south will take you to that well hole that Argus descended down through a while ago, and it will take you to a passage that leads back to Atari. To the fishery, to be specific.
We don't need that. I want to find the source of the gauntlet. So
That's
gonna
true,
be
but we
towards
might
Hmm?
need to prepare for the ghouls. And there was treasure where that mother was.
Yeah. And also leaving a whole ass mouth just hanging out doesn't seem very safe for anybody.
Now, just a sec
Alright.
of reference, if we use some wax to plug our ears, would it protect us against the noise that it makes?
Oh yeah, smart.
Yes.
Very Odyssean of you.
You would effectively be. You could deafen yourself, and then yes, you can't be affected by audible effects, auditory effects.
Well, in that case, we won't be able to communicate, but, you know, watch each other's back.
There's ASL. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Delightful.
So, mouse door, gold door.
All right, so are we gonna do the ear thing?
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Do we need
Do
to
we
roll
have,
Don't
for
forget
that, or
your
we
dog.
we're just
yeah, do we have any wax?
Do you have anything
There-
with which to do it? Yes.
There are candles in the area.
Oh, cool.
Ms. Cadenza is not a fan of having her ears messed with. She has very delicate ears, so it takes me a while. A lot of soothing, a lot of calm whispering, tell her what a pretty girl she is before she allows
Aw.
that to happen.
Boof.
Oh, nobody
is
ever
how you
tells me
feel.
what a pretty girl I am. Sad.
Get out of
You're a pretty
here.
girl too, Argus.
Hmm.
You're a very pretty girl. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh,
Don't let anyone
what a
tell you
charmer.
otherwise. Oh hey, level 3 means that you can get moderate bombs. Ooh ooh.
Ooh.
No, not me. I'm not a real out.
I'm not a
Happened to
real
me.
boy.
I've always
Believing her.
assumed that bombs were pretty radical rather than moderate, but alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't go for moderates anyway. I agree. Yeah. Take a stand. Come on. Fight for what you believe in. But no, yeah, if I scaled my bombs at the same level as an alchemist, that would make the alchemist
Let's see.
even more useless than it already is.
One quick thing, if you are deafened, you take a -2 to initiative that involves sound. Well, you're going in there and you're going to be seeing it sooner than you're going to be hearing it. You critically fail any perception checks that require you to hear. If you perform an action with the auditory trait, you must make a DC 5 flat check or the action is lost, which, you know, includes verbal spellcasting. It's like grab for somatic, but you are immune to auditory effects. No.
I think it's better to contend with not being able to cast some spells than just getting mad.
Probably.
I think we all spend a lot of time being like, what? What? It gets old quick. Okay, so are we doing this? Let's go.
Hmm.
Let's,
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna equip the bow preemptively. And enter a
You know what?
stance.
Okay.
Fair.
Your ears are stuffed with wax. Just absolutely plugged up.
I'm going to set the gibbering mouther as the subject of my investigation, and I'm going to roll. I assume that's a cult.
Definitely.
29. What can you tell me?
Well, one, the passage that you're about to enter is very difficult to navigate. Because, oh no, it's not difficult to navigate. I like this a lot. So, I'm just gonna take a snapshot of this because this is like this is big brain thinking. You can move, only you can't move through the yellow lines. Those are walls. I think the purple stuff is just like vision blockers. So the passive still has the vision, but moving around isn't a fucking pain in the ass. What can I tell you? Well, let's see. You know, you know a little bit about those, what are they called? Big blob boys? Well, you know, they attack with their little jaws. They make the ground around them soft. You want to hit them with a blunt weapon. A blunt weapon. You want to cover your eyes where you can because they like to spit acid into your eyes and makes them burn. So yes. Also, they're very slow.
Right.
If they're not in water, you can easily outrun them and just kind of cat them around if you want to.
All right. So I tell this to everybody.
Oh.
All right, get your smashers out. Get
And
your
one
hammers,
thing-
get your-
Don't cut it, or it bites you back.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. No slashing. Let's do smashing, not slashing, people. Smashing, not slashing. A bit slow. Not too bright. It's because he's made of mouths.
All right. If y'all bundle up, I can teleport you right to where you need to be.
Yeah.
We're bundled up as much as
Are
we
you
can
bundled?
be. Not exactly the humblest of bundles. Also, Mr. Staccato got
Hey.
left behind.
No. You
That's because he was
asshole,
moving
always
halfway
do
through, I
this.
think. Whoop, there you go.
I'm sorry. I was trying to bundle.
Here you are. Please place yourself where you think is reasonable for you to be, because you know.
Not. I think this is reasonable. Yeah, behind the tough guys.
Okay, let me
I'm
pull
not
up the
that
room
far.
description for you, buckos.
Yeah, no.
I'm placed here.
As you move through the damp hallway that looks like it was not dug by pickaxes, but just kind of instantly manifest itself. Welcome to the subterranean pool. The dripping, sloshing sound of water fills this large cavern chamber. The air is cold and damp, and to the east is a sizable pool. A lazy rivulet of overflow trickles to the north into down a sloping tunnel, while a 5-foot diameter gaping opening sits above the center of the pool. That's where a well is located. The gibbering mouther sits lazily atop its pool for now. And due to the fact that it's mostly stationary, it's practically... like, if you didn't already know you were looking for one, you wouldn't notice this thing until you were way too close. Because, it's like, you know, it's kind of grayish and dusty because it sits in this place a whole lot. And the water's kind of murky, so, like, the water muck sits on top of him when he crawls in and out. So, you know.
Hate that.
It's waiting until
Bit
something
good.
stupid comes nearby, enough for it to take a bite.
Well, I'm just going to shoot it with a bow.
Yay, we found someone stupid enough. I poisoned
Yes.
my
Please,
bow. I poisoned
please,
an arrow, by the
someone
way.
stupid.
You
Look,
take care
someone
of...
stupid was my father. You can call me dumbass.
You'll take care of all preparations, yes, because, you know, it's just kind of like...
Yeah,
Yep.
I loaded up a bomb. I put poison on an arrow. I'm good to go.
Alrighty, tidy.
Oh
Initiative.
yeah.
Show me the beans.
Ding, ding, ding.
Somehow it reacts faster than most of us.
Nice, Chiharu. Okay, seriously, what is the deal with this 0.5? I don't.
It's supposed to be a tiebreaker.
Yes. Monsters always go before players.
Huh. All right. That makes sense.
Chiharu, you are the first to go. You're the first to respond when this thing decides that you guys have been here long enough for it to try and eat you.
Okay. So, I can't remember. Did they say it was undead or not?
This is distinctly an aberration. It's made out of living flesh.
It's from
Oh,
like another
gross.
universe. It's dumb as a post. So if you got some, it's
Probably doesn't have an
okay.
alignment either, considering how it's just like a big mound of madness.
Okay then. I'm just gonna start off with less.
Baby
Just
bless.
Move forward, just so I can. Yeah, move. No, wrong thing. Gonna move here and cast bless.
The key does not exist for the embedded collection. I don't know what drugs you took, video game, but I appreciate your effort. Here we go. That is indeed a 5-foot square rectangle, but that's not what the emanation looks like. It looks like this. All right, Mr. Stucky D.
Alrighty, let's see here. I'm gonna see what happens if I smack this bad boy with a flask.
Huh. Unlike the large blob boy, which was immune to acid, this one is not. Go ahead and roll me some damage. It's only just started to move, so it's like not that fast. So give me the go.
Alrighty. And that's going to be a d6 every persistent damage.
Now, while I appreciate your go-get-em attitude, you also very quickly become aware of the fact that this thing is gonna take a bit of a beating to take down.
That's why I started with persistent damage. It's going to take a while.
Okay, apparently the turn marker has just crapped itself, so it's just gonna sit there excitedly cheering you on from the sidelines.
Thanks.
I mean,
If I read the rules correctly, this thing has to dip in with a movement. Oh, great. That takes 2 whole actions to do. Great. Hilarious. Love it. When it arrives out of the water, it hucks a loogie at you, Inger.
ew. Thanks, I think. Please don't, I think.
It's got 1 mean loogie, apparently.
Yeah.
Can you also roll me a DC 22 Fortitude save?
Oh, good lord.
Here.
Thank you. Love you.
Oh,
Okay. You're good.
You are dazzled for 1 round, if that was the result we're going with.
Yay. I guess my reactive shields and stuff would not be working here.
You haven't? No.
don't
Well, I mean, I presume you
Yeah.
had it up, so if you want to, you probably had your shield up, yes.
I mean, yeah, we literally just bonked
In that case,
here.
In that
Oh,
case,
shit.
I'll just say
Yeah.
that you managed to keep it from getting in your eyes. Argus.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like, the bare minimum is all I need.
Well, I'm not feeling too comfortable running around it, so I'll jump over in that little outcrop and then pelt it with arrows from there. Try to stun it.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually within my movement speed. That's amusing. Okay, so first and foremost, target. Almost forgot.
The mouth tries to nibble at you when you move past, but fails spectacularly.
That's the one. That's the 2.
Now you're hidden.
Here are the 2 damage die, and it also needs to roll against a stun.
Oh no.
Nice.
Oh no!
Ha!
So what is stunning fist? Here we go.
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry. I pulled it up too.
God! It's stun 3. It loses its whole next turn basically. Bzzz. Your 2 arrows strike it in. I don't know where you hit this thing, but it stops moving for a moment somehow. Maybe it just starts chewing on those arrows.
It hits the funny bone. It's somewhere in there.
And there's too many mouths, and they all start laughing as some of them chew up the arrows. Cromsh. Inger. Your eyes are not agitated because you threw your shield deftly in the way.
Hey.
Go ahead and
Now's the time to beat the shit out of it.
go ahead and
'cause it's
club
gonna
some
waste its next
seals.
turn.
Ha 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 ha.
I very much am going to do just that. I'm gonna move into what can become a flanking situation if we so wanted to.
I mean,
that's-
if it's stunned, I suppose I could provide it. Just move 1 step
Yeah.
forward.
I'm just opening the possibility. You know how it be. This is a collaborative effort. So I'm gonna get to whacking with my morning stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Morning star. That actually hits because you're flanking.
Nice.
Ooh.
Show me the damage.
I do you the damage.
As you strike it firmly, you watch flesh splatter out in different directions, separating from its
Ew.
body. I mean, imagine like raw.
It's always been
beef,
interesting.
like ground beef.
It always sounded weird to me that the fleshy monster is the one that doesn't like bludgeoning rather than slashing, but the zombies like slashing rather than bludgeoning.
Zombies hate
crushing.
slashing.
That would probably be easier. Yeah, so it's kind of like it's the other way around. It should be the other way around, is what I mean.
Well, that's 2 actions. Would you like to spend 1 more? What are you going to spend that last action on?
Yes, please. If I can spot an eye in this writhing mass of horrors, I would like to aim at that.
Delightful.
Like start reducing its selection when it comes to knowing who to hit.
Ah!
Holy shit.
One of its dozens of eyes has gotten clobbered. Roll me some damage. Man, this mace works like crazy. It's like you're tenderizing a big old block of meatloaf.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
like just doesn't miss.
Chiharu, you can move forward a little bit, use an action, and extend that cool boy range.
Yes, I'll use an action to like, make it big.
Oh, big.
That's quick.
And then move forward just to. No, wait, I guess won't be able to reach it. There, either way. Oh well. So I'm not going to move forward because that would be a bad idea.
Why? It's wasting its full next turn. You can even try to stab it.
I don't have anything to stab it with.
You can punch it.
I can punch it, or I can crossbow it.
Well, as long as you don't try to cut it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The true strength of an investigator is that he can warn you from not doing the wrong thing. Mrs. Stakudo.
Oh wait, no, that hits because of bless.
Oh, yes, thank you. Please, show me
Nice.
the baby bless damage. Marvelous. You never know when 3 is all you need.
Did the Gibbering Mouther take persistent d6 damage?
Yes,
the end
I
of its
took care
turn?
of that.
Okay, just wanted to double
Yeah.
check. Alrighty, I'm gonna see what happens if I shoot this guy.
Yeah.
22.
That's a solid hit.
Alrighty, sweet. So I'm gonna go for it. Hit. So that's strategic strike, and then I'm gonna add a d6 of lightning damage,
Ooh.
and then it gets to roll me a fortitude save.
Here he goes. He's very good at that because he has a lot of meat.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think poisoning a giant mouthy abomination would probably be successful, but you know, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
You
Probably has
So-
like 6 livers in there.
It spends
Yeah.
all of its 3 actions to not be
Oh,
stunned.
and I'm gonna roll a recall knowledge on this fella here. I just want to know everything. Everything he has to tell me.
Oh man, you got 2 6s on those persistent damage dice, by the way.
Nice. Persistent damage is a magical thing. Anyway, 18, which probably isn't a crit. I don't know if there's any further information you have to give. If not, we can move on.
Well, one thing that you do realize looking at it is that if it gets the chance, it can probably just kind of like roll over you and swallow a person up and then just suffocate them to death.
Okay,
Love
let's
that.
let's have it not.
Good.
Let's
Good luck,
not-
dummy. I can hold breath for
let's
like an
not do
hour.
that. All right, I'm gonna aid. I'm gonna aid Chiharu. Okay, next time you try to shoot something at it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, dude, you know, oh, you're a little high there. No,
Get him right in the liver.
There you go. Yeah. So
Argus.
that's my action.
Yes. I will. Hold on. Let's see if we can do some damage. So that'd be bludgeoning. Nope. Nope. Well, here my sheet rolls back. Hey. There we go. And I'm gonna step back on the rock.
You splash out of the water.
Oh
Inger.
wait, no, hold on. I'm gonna stay here because Inger needs the assistance.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, you would very much appreciate that.
Bless and flanking.
Yes, you are. And doing a very good job at it.
Nice.
In that case, I'm just gonna spend that last action to try and maybe slap it. Let's see.
Oh,
Wow!
that hits.
That
because of
actually
flanking.
hits! Oh, that's so
Nice.
silly.
There
All
we
right.
go.
The third action.
There you go. That should be 12, right? No, not 12, 11.
Oh,
You
wow,
good?
wow. Inger, it's finally your
What?
turn.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. Wow. This was impressive. Well, let's keep the good tenderizing thing going. I'm gonna whack it
That's a hit.
and smack it.
You have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna whack him again with my second one. And ooh,
Kasploosh!
don't mind
Holy
if I do.
crap!
Oh, shit. Wrong button. Wrong button. Critical.
Wow.
There.
Oh wait, no, it's not gonna be 32. It's gonna be like 25, 23.
Yeah. And for my last one, I'd like to raise my shield.
It has only a sliver of health left. Chiharu, are you going to kill Steel?
Again.
Maybe. It has 2 hit
Oh,
points
I
left.
mean, is it a steal if we literally set you up for it?
There's no
Maybe.
steal.
No,
We're
it's
all in
called
this together.
entrapment and it's illegal.
I want you to become extremely hostile to one another as you yell about kill stealing, even though the experience gets divided equally anyway.
What? Why?
I like it. I like it when the healer kill.
I mean,
yes.
I could probably fight them, but
I'm
why
going
would I
to-
want to?
Let's try and kill Steel.
Individual experience, but it works in a way sillier way because not you get half the experience if you deal half the damage and half of it if you could land a killing blow.
Oh my god, you get enough experience for the assist kill, but only in proportion to what you actually do.
Nice.
Oh,
well, that's a miss. You have 2 actions left, so
And it takes.
Dang it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my bless up and say, go get him.
well,
Please
Mr.
don't let it
Staccato,
kill
the
me.
ball's in
could-
your park.
You could expand it again, and then if you step forward, it would be able to.
Oh wait, that's it. Continue
That
to
makes it-
expand.
You can
Yeah,
expand it
every
as an
time
action
you
every turn.
Make
Yes,
make my,
okay, expand it an extra turn, then move forward.
Expand it.
Bless is
Okay.
not a sustained spell. You can
Yes.
just expand it and then do whatever.
God, that seems it can be
Your
very stupid.
blessings manifold and multiply. It's so beautiful.
What is the upper limit for the range and bless, by the way? Is it like basically
There
infinite?
is no upper limit. You can just keep growing and growing, but it lasts a minute, so there's a limit to how much you can.
Ah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just cover the whole planet?
It is a sustain though. By the way, you have to
Yes.
use an action.
Yes,
to,
I said that.
to keep that up.
Ah,
Sorry,
fair enough.
I misunderstood. I didn't hear you.
Okay, then.
Mr. Staccato, the ball's in your
So-
park.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Yours.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. All right, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna see what'll happen if, in theory, I shoot at it.
You win.
I win the game. I win everything.
You kill it, at the
Then
very least.
You kill
that's what
you kill Steel.
I'm gonna do.
With one final arrow, the large gibbering mither. Listen, get out of here. Okay, listen.
No, extra killing. Not only is he dead, but he's also cooked to perfection.
Well, it seems that delightful turn marker is still having a day of his own. I want you to get out of here, turn marker. Shoo.
It's
Hmm.
trying its best.
The point is
Is the
that once
water-
you finally hit this thing one more time, it turns into this large pool of bubbling flesh that slowly seems to dissolve into nothing but a thick mist.
See, that's what happens
Mhm.
when you mouth off.
Boy!
I'll
I put my
pretend I didn't hear
crossbow
that
over
because
my
my ears are
shoulder
plugged.
when I say that.
80 experience points for all. The
Wah,
gibbering
wah,
mither says
wah.
that, but you can't hear it because you are filled with ears.
Oh, hey.
I
Actually, no,
make
how
sure to
about
say after everybody off their plugs, I make sure
I
to say
speak
what I
Alclo.
can, just so
Yes.
everybody can gets the full impact of the joke.
there you go. For a mental image of how nasty that looks.
Squirmy.
Hey, what the hell is that dragon dog thing? Is that Mr. Maggio?
It's
Miss
it's
Cadenza?
a corgi alligator. It's a corgi alligator.
Aw.
Oh, it's randomizing things. That's
Correlator.
naughty.
Corrugator.
Corgi gator.
Corrugated corgi.
If you have a reptilian assistant, is that a gator aid?
Nice.
Aid?
Da-da-da-da-da-do. Looking down the passageways, there are 2 ways to leave this cave. There's one going to the north, which indeed slowly slopes downward deeper into the bowels of the earth, and one which goes west to a staircase going up. Argus, you are standing next to a pile of money.
Money.
Money?
Is it just a pile of money with no like container?
There's probably like a sack nearby you can shove it into. Yes, that it probably
Okay,
came
fair
from.
enough. I'm going to carefully sift through it with an arrow shaft to see if there's anything underneath it, like maybe there's a trap or bomb or
Nope.
whatever.
Just a big
All right,
bag of
fair
money
enough.
someone lost.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm just gonna put it all back into the bag, and I'm gonna, I suppose, hand it over to whoever's carrying all this stuff. So I assume that would be Inger.
Into the loot.
Give me a moment, and I'll give you a loot seat with a bag.
Sure.
Oh man, I
There
could actually.
was
Ooh.
now,
Hmm?
just for the sake of references, there's a pause. Does anybody recall there is some kind of specific feat that I've seen that basically mentioned that if you're like next to a wall, you can descend safely by basically like grabbing onto it and you just slide off
There was
instead
a
of just
monk
falling.
feed in 5e. I remember that. Or
Yeah, I gotta take
3.5
a
or
look at
something.
that. Yeah, but yeah,
It's pretty cool looking sounding.
Catfall.
yeah. No, catfall is just reduce the uh like the
The
height
bonk.
of the fall. Yeah,
Mhm.
treat them
Yeah,
as like something shorter.
it's definitely a monk ability. I think it was in 3.5. I remember looking at it like that's so cool and yet so like maybe comes up once a campaign ever.
Nah. Well, that is how a slow fall used to work. I think it required you to be near a surface.
Yeah.
Let's take a look-see at monk. Slow fall. At 4th level or higher, a monk with an armed reach of wall can use it to slow her descent. Nice. Which works basically like catfall, in that you treat the fall as lower than it was.
Neat.
And then it's slow
Alright,
fall 80 feet, and then eventually any distance. It's hilarious.
let's grab the cash. Let's go. Keep going down. Yeah, that's where we gotta keep
Well, this when I say that this
descending.
goes up, this stays on the same level. That one definitely goes down to the next dungeon floor.
We probably shouldn't just yet.
Up and
Hey,
down.
hey, it's all.
Yeah, do we
Or
have anything
For the
left
sake,
that needs resolving and stuff like that?
for the sake of note keeping, how much money do we get from that? Is it all in the loot sheet now?
64 silver, 190 copper.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be in the loot sheet now. Fair enough.
okay. So cool. All right. So we do not want to continue down. We want to.
Not yet. If like our previous experience is any indication, every time we go down, things become a lot stronger.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is true.
It's almost like this has been built by an evil overlord.
Yeah. With specific mathematical plans for each line. We should be like Batman and don't go down. No, anyone
Nope.
get that? Never mind. Anyway,
Any hoozle.
80 XP. Yep.
Thanks, Argus.
I like it was the gibbering mouther. Oh no, it was Argus this time.
The gibbering mouther already said it, but you couldn't understand it. You didn't know that you were getting 80 experience.
Alright, so let's go up these stairs then.
Why
Fair
do
enough.
I not organize my paperwork a bit better than all this
Miss
dumb
Cadenza
stuff?
starts
okay?
walking.
She's
Ooh.
a good one.
She's a good dog. She's very good.
Yeah, they seem
Let's
okay,
see.
but fair enough.
You enter into a room where a small alcove. There's a small alcove with its floor decorated with a silvery circle of inlaid runes, and that's all about there is to this room. It might have been a guard room or some sort of station at some point, but it's been just deserted. And up ahead is a door.
I'm suspicious. I don't like seemingly empty rooms. I don't like it. I don't trust it. What's
This
going
room
on
is as
here?
empty as it appears.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Is
Unless
it one
you're
of those portal
lying.
rooms? Is it one of those portal rooms?
There is like a circle of runes, yes, like you saw in the other one.
Ah,
Okay. So what's the deal with that?
You'll need some sort of ritual to reactivate them, but until you get that ritual, you can't do much with them.
yeah.
Alright.
Bryn said they will take a look in the books and see if they can find something about it.
Okay.
I forgot what room it was in, but
I don't know why I'm charging forward like that.
up
so
ahead
sad
is
to
a
finally
secret
be able
door
to see.
indeed. Beyond it, you hear some
Secret?
chit chats.
right.
Oh jeez.
Well, it's a
Let's wait
secret
for
door
everybody.
from the other side. It's entirely obvious from yours.
Okay.
Ah.
Whoever is on the other side, I'm the target of my investigation, and I'm going to investigate, try and understand what is going on here. What do I
You
hear?
guys
What
should
do I think they are?
you guys should probably remove wax from your ears.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
good call.
Yeah, we could. We should.
But I rolled a 1. So,
Well, that's because you had wax in your ears. You can't
there you
hear
go.
what's
Can I
going on
roll
if you can't
It's
again?
hear.
it's
With the
it. You
wax?
don't have to roll to hear this conversation going on because they're having a spirited debate over whether or not the application of violet fungi causes meat to taste better than if you let it naturally ripen.
Ooh, do I know the answer to that question? Can I roll craft?
How familiar are you
I?
with undead cuisine?
Oh, I'm dead.
Probably. I mean, I've had some really awkward dinner dates. I'll tell you that.
You can you make an extremely educated guess. I mean, it's up to personal taste to some extent, but you're pretty sure that violet fungi does add a bit more of that necrotic aftertaste that most undead aren't looking for. They're looking for that fresh meatiness, you know.
All right, so
It's kind of like anyone who says that Indian pale ale tastes good.
okay.
But
First of all, you go to fucking hell and you die. Second, I haven't had an IPA in 9 months. You cannot find it anywhere on the African continent. Anyway, okay. So, do I get the feeling from this? This sounds like an intellectual conversation. It sounds like these guys are like they're discussing cuisine and culture. So there's maybe people that can be reasoned with. Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
you know, you could reason with Augrio, although she says that these people are they're more the let's spread the joy of being a ghoul kind of ghouls.
Ah,
Oh, there is joy. That's nice.
there is no joy in bug chasing.
I believe they refer to it as glee. No, that's fine.
Good try.
All right, thank you. I did my best. Alrighty, so we want to be ready to mess these guys up then.
I mean,
Let's try. Yes.
I mean, you can always try to have a conversation with them and try and wind them
Yeah.
out, but that's up to you.
That'd be nice.
So,
Maybe, how about
hey,
we do?
there's guys. We've heard your conversation about the benefits of testing stuff on the meat. We have a literal pile of supposedly human meat right in the next room. You can have it if you want to test it.
I'm gonna try that. All right, so I'm gonna shout out the secret door. All right, I'm gonna say, actually, okay, to really get the best benefit of violence fungus, okay, you need to grate it carefully. All right, with the grain, make it fine, not diced. It's grated. Okay, let it sit for 10 minutes and then cook it with some nice onions. It's fantastic.
Gosh,
Can't believe you're mansplaining fungus to ghouls.
I can't believe you're life-splaining because you're alive. Gosh, this would be like a.
That stops the conversation.
This definitely stops them from talking because they hear like something that that sounds alive, more alive than them at the very least, since your voice isn't starting to give out. That'd be like, I don't know, something like deception, diplomacy, crafting. You know, depends on the exact angle you're taking here.
Deception. Well,
Might even be
let's
occult
see.
if you're getting funky with it.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds good. Let's do that one. I'm gonna roll a quick recall ghouls. So this is my first. I'm rolling recall knowledge, just to know what I can know about ghouls.
Well, one thing that ghouls are very well known for that you do manage to recall, because you are a smart boy with a good skull nerd. Well, one, they're undead, but that's like the obvious part of the equation. They can paralyze you with a touch, but you've already seen Augriel demonstrate that. One thing she hasn't demonstrated yet is that they can jump and leap very well and avoid, reactionary things with that.
Mm-hmm.
They're nasty.
I'm more thinking in terms of like what is required for this encounter to end without either of us trying to kill each other. That's kind of where I'm trying to tinkering in my brain.
Judging by how they're acting, they seem to be of the religious persuasion, judging by the robes and the things that they're wearing. So you're going to have to persuade them to stop you know, it's kind of a big ask, but maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What's the best way to take this? Let's see. So, hello, Mr. Ghouls. I understand that you're in a position to be wanting to devour various. I feel it is incumbent upon me to inform you, and I would be remiss if not doing so, that there are many, many dead. And when I say dead, I mean like not running around with your friends dead, but like pieces on the ground, dead creatures and undead that have come our way. We are a group of adventurers. We've killed a lot of folks, and I would be more than happy for you not to. Now I got a whole giant stack of bodies upstairs, ready to be feasted on just for you. So what do you say?
Gosh, that sounds like you're trying to intimidate him to me.
I was more going for diplomacy,
I,
but
I,
it doesn't matter because I fucked it up anyway.
I don't think it's very diplomatic to yell at someone like you're gonna kill them. But I'm not a diplomat, so I don't know how many guns get pulled at the diplomacy tables.
Kill them. I prefer
You
not
tried.
killing
You
them.
tried.
I did my best.
Listen, the mafia can tell me all they want that this is protection money, but they're not protecting anything but their own interests.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's I shout that to the secret door.
They come with a very nice return, which is if you come outside, you know, if you show them some of that, you know, just come on in, come and say hello.
They're polite.
Yeah, they seem like nice folks. I'm gonna assume
They're
that
medical.
it's pretty obviously that they're lying. Yeah.
Oh, they're absolutely terrible at telling lies. Yes, they're just trying to get you to come on in, where they can grab you.
All right.
That's not
Oh
very
my god, I
nice.
still can't forget that stupid little inn that's called Come On In.
Oh,
Okay, you survive. Come
that's
on
too
in.
much. Oh, that's okay. I'll just take. Give me another. How much is the?
What is wrong with these sheets? I think a lot of stuff. Yeah, this
Just give me some.
canker cultist is not set up the way he should be at all. What the fuck happened to him?
Hmm?
Like his athletics is all fucked up. He doesn't have the spells he should have. Like, what happened to you, good sir? Who hurt you?
Safi, they're just simulating. They're just simulating bad players. They don't have their sheets ready.
So should we have like a plan here, like a strategy? Don't we have like
Lure them. I
that snare
I'd say
that we got?
yes, and we do have a spike snare, so I could be busy setting it up right now. And
That sounds
then,
good.
as they come in one at a time, we're gonna screw them up. And
Sounds
that
good.
snare is this particular thing.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna open up the door, chuck a bomb, and then run. All right, and jump, avoid the snare, and get back into the group and hope that they follow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell
Is it
yeah.
possible for me to set it up somewhere over here?
All right. You can set it up wherever the hell you like, man. You've had a whole conversation to take care of things.
Yep, and that's the amount of damage I guess they'll be taking.
All right. So what is everyone doing? Let me just reorganize myself.
Once everyone's ready, I'm gonna chucking a bomb and then running.
I'm just going to be preparing Disrupt Undead.
Nice.
Initiative
So,
time,
I'll
kids.
be.
If
Yeah.
I do
And I'll go.
if I do positive damage, will it do more damage than normal?
We'll see if
Like,
that works. We'll see when you hit him.
Okay.
Ooh. I'll even guessing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'll be chilling here in the flanking position, as you'd be.
As you
Probably
do.
over here.
I should roll for initiative.
I'm a responsible tank. At your service.
Yeah.
Not in the mood for all this waiting. Mr. Staccato, throw the bomb.
All right. So I open it up.
Get him.
I check the bomb. Ghost charge. I suss out whether or not throwing the bomb will be valuable. I realize it will not.
Well, you still hit him for the splash if there's any.
Yeah, that's lame. Okay, so I rolled that. So the way that this works is I assess this out for one person. So I could actually go ahead and just attack the. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So this is not the this is an actual attack.
Okay.
There we go.
Heck yeah.
Plus that. Oh wait, no, sorry. Does that hit?
It definitely hits.
All right, cool. So that's going to be the one that's farther away from me. So 10 plus 3. All right, and then I am going to roll roll occults to see if I can know anything else good about this. 24, which is not a critical. Anything else useful, and then you don't have to tell me, and then I'm going to move out of here. And that's my turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Titan Chihiro, your turn. What does it look like?
Can I disrupt undead the closest one?
Sure.
Because I can kind of see it.
You can probably see him walk in when he goes after this guy. Like, oh, let's get that naughty boy.
So normal people usually, well, I mean not normal, but people usually say, "Let's get that bread." These guys are probably saying, "Let's get that meat."
He still gets half damage.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. Inger, they're gonna run to you, but not quite yet. You're faster on the draw. If you want to, you can delay or ready an attack.
I would like to ready a little bonk. As you do.
Bonk it at the ready. Gotcha. Mr.
Hell
S,
yeah.
Mr. S, anything else to add after you decided to rudely show these people some explosives?
That was my turn, right?
Gotcha. Argus, what do you have to add to the situation? You just gonna wait too?
Yes.
Marvelous.
Well, yeah, I'm going to prepare an action to actually, yes, flurry of blows. Or, no, yeah, it's going to be flurry of blows, and then I'm going to just slam the door in the face of the second one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He runs into
Snare.
your bomb. Snare thing.
Oh, yeah, I need to remove it from my inventory. Hold on. Oh, it's already gone. Fair enough.
Okay, what was the damage on that snare?
8.
Ow. 8. He runs after Mr. Staccato, unaware of the fact that there's more people back here. Once he arrives here, however,
Yes.
he raises his hands and casts a most vicious spell.
Oh?
Would all the prepared actions go off?
Yes, go ahead. Please, smack him.
Oh, let's see if I can do this. Yes. That's 1. That's 2.
Both hit because he flanked.
Flanking, I assume. Yeah. So, here's 1. Here's 2. And now he has to roll for stun.
He's stunned. So he
Yes.
can't do what he wants to do. Because he can't cast... I wanted to do 2-action version. Well, find them, Mr. Argus. Lady, Inger, you also get your hit.
Lady. Yeah. Full hit or...
You haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
You have to roll me your
What?
attacks, please.
Hey guys, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. So
Sure.
if it's
Go
my
nuts.
turn, just shoot somebody.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to do the same thing.
You had readied
Hold
an
on.
attack to bonk someone. Would you like to bonk someone?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed I would. Please. I would like to apply for this.
Clonk.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Give me
That
some
is
damage.
That is indeed a bonk. I appreciate it. I can appreciate this.
Well then, abracadabra, abracazoo, Argus, a bite for you. First, Argus gets chomped, then he gets to roll me 2 fort saves. 1 against ghoul fever, 1 against ghoul paralysis.
It's too ghoul to be true.
Argus! He decided to leave us. We are now forever alone. I'll take care of this for him then, since he's such a big goober. Well, he might have to go see a doctor, I think. But at least he's not paralyzed.
I'm a doctor, kind of.
God damn it, I'm a doctor, not a doctor. He peeks through the door. I think he can see. No, he has to move in a little further to see. He sees the itty bitty man, and seeing this devious trap that has torn his friend asunder, casts the spell on Mr. Staccato. Please roll me a will safe.
He said he went to the toilet.
Then excellent. Then I will roll for Mr. Why does the automatic buttons no longer work? I don't know. I do not know. Wait, Phantom Pain is a... Oh. Well, then why didn't I upcast it for the other guy? Gosh. Mental 1d4. Oh, it gets upcast to 2d4.
You can do that?
Chiharu.
Okay.
Hello.
No, can I?
Why do I have a thing? What's my thing? What's going on? I have persistent damage. What?
You got
Rude.
brain blasted. With
What?
phantom pains, you feel spasms and twitches upon your skin.
How dare you?
I'm going to. I'm just testing out spells. I'm going to try to use silence on the guy on the back.
Nice.
Silencio. It's a touch spell though.
You know what
Oh,
they
it's
say
a
about
touch spell.
zombies? The silence causes violence.
Okay, if it's a touch spell, then
Also, they have to be willing.
Hello.
but they have to be what?
Willing, and I don't think he wants
Willing.
this.
Ooh.
So
Wait, oh, that's really weird.
why
Oh,
do I?
it's okay. I thought it was like because you know how like most silent spells are like, oh, stop spellcasting, but no, this one is for sneaking.
Yeah, well, no, you cast it on your.
Well, the fourth
And
level version,
then-
you can just walk up to people and cancel them. Yes.
Okay, so fourth. Okay,
So
then
can Twitter.
This is much more the Ironclaw version of silence, where you just stop making noise.
okay, then I'm just gonna move back and then disrupt undead the guy in front.
Begone, evil canker cultist.
By the by.
Begone.
Not just move, but make a step, because that should avoid attacks of opportunity.
Yes.
He's gonna go down anyway because he only has 5 hit points left.
Wow.
Inger,
We are so cool. Hello, friendo.
the guy is
Back to
standing in the
bunk.
hallway and he seems to have no interest of leaving it.
Yeah, well, I would like to fix that with a morning star to the knees. Like, that would be my attempt.
Oh yeah. That goes right to the face. Oh boy!
Oh, shits. Where did that take me? Why am I through the door?
To
That
the
was
knees.
not intentional.
Because the guy you're standing in front of is dead.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
You'll have to move up if you want to hit anyone.
I'm enjoying the perks of my flanking position, so I'm gonna, like, raise my shield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that critical is wasted.
How?
It's a staccato.
Alrighty.
You
I
got
am-
it.
All right, I'm gonna see what will happen if I shoot this fella.
Violent, probably.
Poorly.
What happened
Too much
is
cover.
I will fail to shoot this fella. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move up to this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Into his face, and I'm gonna give him a blind pepper thingy. What the hell is it called? Blind pepper tube. So he's got to roll a DC 15 fortitude reflex save.
Mace.
Where did this go? Well, he makes it.
Not
So
so easy, huh?
that's fine.
Oh,
All right,
dang.
well then, Ms. Cadenza is going to hustle my tiny little ass the hell out of there.
Argus, what do you
Yes.
do?
Another 6
Well,
damage.
if he doesn't, is there enough space above him? How tall is this corridor? I'd like to maneuver around him.
I don't think you can maneuver over him, but I'll double check for you. Bucko,
Yes.
library features.
In that case, maybe under him.
Let's see. The ceilings are 8 foot high in the halls and 10 feet high in the rooms, although some of the larger ones have 12 feet. So, yes, it's cramped.
No, if I can't jump over him, I'm going to make a step, attack him, and then step out of here. As part of the same thing. So, approach him.
Delightful.
Yes. Excuse me. First old target. First one. Nope. Second one. Oh, that hits, I think. Yes. That's the damage. Now they need to roll for stun.
Oh my.
Is everything
Good
okay?
golly.
Let's take a look. Now, they roll for stun if you hit with both, right?
No. I target with both, and if at least one hits, then they roll.
There we go. All right.
Nice.
Ton for a turn. Things are working out for
And
you.
I'm gonna step back out immediately.
Whoops, I accidentally took the stairs.
The DM accidentally
Whoopsie.
stumbles down the stairs.
She spends much of her turn crawling over him, stuck to the ceiling.
Oh, you know what? If she has shown any intention of doing it, I can stay here and provide flanking for her.
Then she bites him in the back, but he is too tough. His skin is chewy. The turn falls to Chiharu.
That'll.
I'll lean to the side to give you a shot.
Yes. They seem to have a pretty bad fortitude save, but they've been succeeding
Well,
everything.
not
So that's true. But yes. Disrupting that cultist is what I'll do.
Wait, hold on. Your level 3, shouldn't your thing be upgraded now?
Mm.
To 2? Like it scales, it should be doing 2 die?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. But yeah, it has been doing 2 dice.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was doing only 1.
It's yeah. When do I get better spell casting?
What do you mean?
Oh no,
better?
that's relationship with my cloistered cleric thing, which is 7th level. Nice.
So, what are you doing?
I'm disrupting the cultist.
I hate that
Roll
button
attack.
doesn't work anymore. He is completely unaffected.
Nice.
He has begun to shrug off your fine spells. Inger, there's not much you can really do with Argus standing in the way. But hey, that's tight passages for you.
It really, really freaking is. If I
Yes.
scoot behind him
As
and
you
use
do.
my
should.
longbow,
He would get a +1 armor class bonus, but that's about it. Because, you're shooting through a bunch of people.
I'm not a bunch of people, I'm one people.
Yeah, but you are large enough that you occupy most of it.
yeah,
Dang
that's
it.
what you get for breaking the flanking. But yes, I would like to at least attempt to longbow it from
Show me
here.
the goods.
Just a bonk from here.
That's a beautiful arrow you just used.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, listen, it's tough. It's tough,
Hmm?
alright? It's tough.
Yeah. What you gonna do?
So, Staccato, do you think you could do anything?
I think, I don't know. I'm going to find out. We're about to find out. What do you think? Is that going to hit?
No. Well,
No. Okay.
too tough.
Then I am going to head up and help Argus. I'm going to be like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Balls. Oh, I am going to try. I keep these attack things. I get to roll a recall knowledge. and if I crit, then all kinds of cool stuff happens. But the base DC for 15, right? Is that correct?
Is there any, like at this point, you're starting to push how much you can really learn. What is there anything you think you need to know?
Yeah. Just like, yeah, if you smack them in the balls, and
No.
you know, I guess like reflex saves, like that. What are they immune to?
Not much comes out. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
stretched thin.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Argus.
I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, no, I'm gonna use my 2 turns to stop this persist. Oh, okay. There it goes. Persistent madness damage. Okay.
Yes.
Then I am going to ready an action to help Argus. So when Argus attacks, I will roll an attack as well, which is right now.
Argus, attacks, please.
Yes. That's the one. That is the 2.
Show me some damage.
Okay. There we go.
Just one more thing. First off, Mystic Strikes. Oh, that's neat.
It will have to roll for stun again.
Huh. That's neat.
Is everything okay?
This time he's unaffected, but he does take 5 damage.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna carefully step over dear Inger out of there.
Where are you going, Cotton Eye
chomp,
Joe?
chomp, 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 chomp.
Holy shit.
She jumps on top of him and tears him to the ground by biting at his neck until its head practically falls off. Which is to say,
Robots.
you're done.
Man, I should try that sometime. But they probably taste like crap.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think she minds.
Ogriel comments that up ahead is one of the larger rooms where you'll find lots of dudes.
Ooh.
Indeed. Additionally, she recalls that an adjacent room to this one had like a ghost in it.
Oh.
You're very much near the end of this floor, as the floor routing is intended. Like you're close to where the head priestess of this cult is hanging out.
We could disrupt that. We could make him have a bad day.
We are very good at ruining people.
Yeah. We really are. It's a talent.
It's up to you. But I think that as a group, we need to say that
Thank you.
It's time for the place where we cut it off for the day, because
Yeah, that makes
we're
sense.
getting close to session, and this is a good place to cut it off. Next time, more of this floor. Let's see what's in this library. What's in this particular library? Beautiful place.
What do we get for
80. Beautiful, beautiful 80.
So we're at 210?
Presumably.
Alrighty.